Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that.
Welcome, One More Gamers, to One More Game podcast. This is episode 43 on 8 March 2023. I am your host, as always, theStroke, joined by the illustrious video games extraordinaire players, Swiftmida and ImPickleMatt. Boys, welcome. What's going on?
I'm playing video games for the first time this week, so I'll be playing Hades because this is my free time for the week, it seems.
And I'm doing great. I actually finished Hogwarts Legacy today, and I feel proud of myself.
You're a wizard.
I never. So my one disappointment was I never actually got Avada Kedavra.
Oh,
never used it. Never even learned it, but still beat the game.
Do you even murder
people? Which clearly means my level of skill is top tier without having the killing curse.
Yeah, how many Cruciatus curses did you use?
A lot.
Yeah, wait, so here's a question. If you use Avada Kedavra or whatever on like a high health enemy, it's not like a one-shot insta-kill, right?
No, it is. Unless it's a boss.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so why would... Oh, never mind. I don't know how that balance works.
Well, it's what happens is you create a Horcrux, and it makes you lose part of your soul when you do it. So
that's right. And by the end of the game, you have 11 Horcruxes scattered around the world.
Yeah.
Well, Well, with that being said, I'm glad you beat a game in 2023. I think that's one more than you beat in 2022.
That's true.
I'm excited for you, and now you can move on to bigger and better things. And speaking of bigger and better things, we're going to be talking about the biggest thing in all of gaming, and that is Mario. That is our major topic for the day in celebration of what's happening in 2 days on Mario Day, March 10th. If you're not tracking as a nerdy gamer, MAR 10 spells Mario for some reason. We're going to celebrate that by going over the illustrious history of that Italian stallion himself. But before we do that, we will jump into some news for the week. All right, guys, it's happened yet again. Starfield from Bethesda has been delayed to September, but we do know for sure that, and by for sure I mean definitely getting delayed again, but going to be released in September of this year with an announcement coming out earlier today that it'll be featured in a Starfield Direct on June 11th for that game. So I don't know, the more you guys see this thing, the more it gets delayed. What's your excitement level / cynicism level for this game?
I really want to play it. I don't understand why studios do this, where they delay and then they delay and then they delay. Just like say, hey, it's not working.
Delay to delay.
We're gonna put it out whenever we feel like.
Yeah, it is kind of weird when they keep doing that. It kind of, that's when I start kind of getting like bad feels, like Cyberpunk style. But man, this thing has been cooking for quite some time. It's been a long time since we've gotten anything from Bethesda, really.
Yeah.
Don't they have like 11 bajillion planets that you're supposed to be able to explore in that game?
Yeah, something like 15,000 planets or something, which another game I remember promising such great things was No Man's Sky. And they did have an infinite amount of planets, it seemed like, but I forgot to mention that you will literally never see another person in that game in its original form. But I don't know, man. Starfield looks cool, but I do sometimes have a problem getting invested in like the realistic type space games. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, like Halo.
Yeah, the most realistic space game I ever got truly involved in was Mario Galaxy. So,
yeah,
mine was Kerbal Space Program, which we talked about last week or 2 weeks ago, and that's not really super involved. But I don't know. I still think the game looks really cool if they can figure it out. It seems like it's just inevitable that it gets delayed another 6 months or whatever it happens to be.
I'm very weary of the games that promise massive worlds like that. A lot of times I don't enjoy that type of game, and then a lot of times it gets delayed infinitely and doesn't end up being that cool. So
Right.
we'll see.
We've all played those open world games, right? Where even in the size of like a town, the town feels empty, right?
Yeah.
You just can't put enough
Yeah.
like hustle and bustle in there, let alone a galaxy, right? I don't know how that works, but
Yeah.
we'll see. If you're excited about that,
It's just rinse and repeat.
yeah,
Like every fourth planet is the same kind of animation.
that's kind of how No
Well,
Man's
yeah,
Sky
we'll
felt with the way they kind of procedurally generated like the animals and stuff. But whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully it's good. I hope. All right, jumping into another the continuing clash between Sony and Microsoft in this Activision Blizzard King acquisition. Sony has reportedly or reports that they are worried that Xbox. This is just starting to get petty because I don't know how they could ever think this would happen, but Xbox will find ways to sabotage Call of Duty on PlayStation to try to get players over to, Microsoft's platforms. The quote was, Microsoft might release a PlayStation version of Call of Duty where bugs and errors emerge only on the game's final level or after later updates. Even if such degradations could be swiftly detected, any remedy would likely come too late, by which time the gaming community would have lost confidence in PlayStation as the go-to venue for Call of Duty. Okay, there's on one side, worrying that this isn't the best for the health of the gaming industry is one thing, but thinking that Microsoft is purposely sabotaging, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this report from Sony? Is it starting to get a little weird?
This reminds me of just the news in general, where everyone's speculating on what could happen. What are we talking about? We think they might introduce bugs
I just
right
think
at the
it's
end of the
funny.
game. No.
I think it's funny that an 80 gigabyte game that they assume is going to be sabotaged with bugs, as if they're not already as if these programmers are able to sabotage it like that.
Yeah, they do a good enough job sabotaging it on accident.
Yeah.
Also, if you look at the player base of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 right now, it's horrendous. Nobody wants to play it. Nobody's playing Modern Warfare 2 or Warzone 2.
Warzone, yeah.
Because everyone's so sick of it. Everyone's complaining about Warzone 1, and then we got Warzone 2.0, and now everyone wants Warzone 1 back because, surprise, we're fickle creatures.
Yeah.
But, what are we talking about? You're speculating that another company could sabotage a future? I don't know. It's so absurd.
I just want to think about what you're saying. You're saying that Microsoft, who owns the company that makes Call of Duty, would purposely make their game messed up. How does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Sony, poor Sony. Well, good news for them though. Discord finally available on the PlayStation 5. We talked about this a while back, but now we can finally have Xbox, PlayStation, and PC players all refusing to talk on Discord together and trying to make in-game chat work. So it's available.
Just get rid of in-game chat. Let's save that billion lines of code and just everybody migrate to Discord. I assume that the 85 gigabytes that Modern Warfare 2 is at least a little bit voice chat. So let's trim it down. Everybody get on Discord.
Yeah, you can go ahead and check out Discord's update to how to make that work. But basically, you have to link your PlayStation account with Discord, and then you have to start a Discord voice chat on your mobile app or whatever on your iPhone or however that works, and then transfer the call to your PlayStation. So it still ain't quite it, boys. Someone still needs to crack this nut on in-game chat for all platforms. Because, hello, Nintendo, do you even exist in this online arena? No, you don't.
No, they do not. Friend codes.
Well, cool.
37-digit friend codes.
Hi, are you ready to copy my friend code? Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Yeah, dude, hand it to Nintendo. They own it though. They're just like, we're gonna leave this as shitty as possible, and we don't care. This is
Yeah.
not what we're doing. We're
It-
not doing online gaming.
It is absurd. But it's an option now for you on PlayStation, so get after it. All right, guys, last piece of news. We've been talking about this for a while, but more on the Blizzard-Microsoft merger. I think it was, 2 episodes ago, we basically said, like, Europe is definitely not planning on passing this. And then last episode, we said Microsoft made some friendly deals with Nintendo and NVIDIA. And now, is it Reuters or Reuters? I don't even remember.
I think it's Reuters.
Reuters. They're reporting that this thing is likely to pass now based on what's happened in the last couple weeks. So the deal is, or the decision has to come from them by April 25th, and all sources are pointing towards this thing moving forward, at least in the European sector. One interesting thing that came out about this, so you remember when this stuff kind of started happening and Sony was demanding that Microsoft release the details on all their Game Pass kind of exclusives that they had with all these indie developers and whatnot. And then Sony started bitching about this Activision Blizzard King merger. Well, now Sony is being subpoenaed by the EU court to reveal the details about their third-party exclusive deals with the likes of Square Enix and what they got going on with Kojima's studios. So now the turns have tabled.
Yeah, the turntables.
What's your? Let's get some money on this. Who's going pass in the EU? Swift, PickleMatt.
I say,
Yeah.
I think it's going to pass. The articles I was reading says it's probably going to pass.
The saga continues, and we will continue to bring you the news on that. But yeah, I just don't see this not happening. Microsoft is going to do whatever they need to make the deal happen. Too much money at stake.
I can't wait for it to be done, because then I won't have to freaking hear about it anymore, and I'll just get to play
Right.
video games.
Yeah.
I did see a cool article. I think it was either in Forbes or some other, kind of news source like that it was basically an article that said why Microsoft should revive Heroes of the Storm. And it was published in like an actual news source. So I was like, oh, baby.
Here we go. Don't hold your breath.
It's happening, dude. Revival.
Dude, some blogger that got a column on Forbes for the day. That guy's. Check out One More Game, dude. Come play with us.
You're our guy. He's the guy you see in ARAM that's like level 4,000.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is the news for the week, guys. If you're in the chat, we'd love to hear from you. There's a bunch of you there, but if this is your first time in the live stream, go ahead and leave that follow, and you'll get alerted every time we do go live. But we will jump right into the games radar for the week. All right, not going to lie to you, there's a lot of games coming out this week, and they're all kind of, I don't know, take it as you will. They may be hit or miss. So, PickleMatt, why don't you lead us off?
All right, number one, Oni Road to the Mightiest Oni.
Okay, so
Is that the title?
this is my vote for worst video game title of the year / all time.
That's the real thing.
That
I
is the
thought you were
real-
joking. I thought there was a typo.
Oni Road to
Alright.
the Mightiest Oni.
Okay, cool. Hopefully that title is a joke, but it comes out tomorrow on Switch, PC, and PlayStation. Break your enemies' souls to reclaim your pride in Oni Road to the Mightiest Oni, an action-packed tale of sky and wind upon an island quest. Yeah.
Did anybody
liked it.
look up what Oni means?
No,
Is it
why
like
don't you get us
road to the mightiest Oni? I
Road
feel
to
like-
be the Mightiest Oni? The
to
worst.
be
It's
the
a-
mightiest Oni.
It's a type of Japanese demon or orc or troll.
Oh.
It sounds like if you asked an AI to make a video game name, what they would come up with.
Hey, that could be
Yeah,
a
it's
good
not
segment
great.
on the podcast. We should do that on the podcast. We should do a Chat GPT segment of
video
ridiculous
game.
AI.
It looks kind of cool. It kind of gives me Breath of the Wild vibes, but I can't exactly tell like what the game loop is, like if you're fighting or what. But it's action adventure. Looks interesting at a bare minimum. So check that out. That comes out March 9th on Switch, PC, and PlayStation. All right, Swift. I got this one for you because this is just right up your right up your alley.
Yeah, you bet. So Master Plan Tycoon comes out tomorrow on Steam. Master Plan Tycoon is a minimalistic resource management sim that challenges players to build the largest logistics system possible. Real-time strategy and management sim fans will build interconnected production chains to deliver products to their intended destinations.
Oh, Craig the Ghost with the tier 1 sub. Thanks for your 6 months, you the man. And
Craigers.
we'll have a good
Craig.
podcast thanks to you. But yeah, Master
Old
Plan
Craig.
Tycoon, Swift. Look at this.
Yeah, no, this sounds like my nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this at all.
This looks like a operations resource management homework assignment.
This
my
this
God.
actually
Oh, it's
sounds
so
like
terrible.
something. This actually sounds like something that Craig would do for homework in college, and I would just copy him.
Nice.
Which is why I have my mechanical engineering degree. So yeah, Craig, hop on that and let me see what we got.
Dude, I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, if you're gonna do this shit, you might as well just learn how to program Unreal Engine because it's a lot of the same stuff in the graphics-based programming.
Hey guys, I asked ChatGPT for I need a new video game name for an action Japanese RPG, and number 4 was Oni Hunter.
I told you, dude.
Yeah.
Oni, become the hunter of Oni.
Well, I mean, good for
Series X.
ChatGPT because that's better than the name that we just talked about.
Truth. All right. Well, let's move on. Master Plan Tycoon is not for you, but PickleMatt, there's a game coming out on what date is it? March 10th for PlayStation VR 2. This game has been out for a while, but I figured we'd kind of highlight it because we have talked about PlayStation VR 2. I just thought it was a cool concept that I hadn't realized before. But basically, Before Your Eyes comes out March 10th. Only on PlayStation VR 2. It's been out on other platforms, but it is an interactive afterlife played through real-life blinks. Embark on an emotional first-person narrative adventure where you control the story with your eyes. So basically the story is you died, and you're going to basically watch your life flash before your eyes, and you're going to progress the story by blinking, which the PlayStation VR 2 can pick up. So it might be kind of cool little experience to check out and see what kind of story they had told. If you're looking for something to jump into on the newly acquired PlayStation VR 2. Depending on...
I would lose that game. Every time I try not to blink, I blink a ton.
I was about to say, I don't know how I blink so I wouldn't be able to track the story because I blink so much.
You're just crying by the time you get it.
I need to know what happened.
You don't have to cry. Wow, that game must be really good. Swift was crying when he took the headset off.
Yeah.
Well,
the concept is cool. I was thinking about the eye tracking in the PSVR and what it might be able to do. You could make some really easy creative games that are either terrifying or fun, like where it's all darkness except for where your eyes are looking, and you have to like move the flashlight beam around, and there's like demons and I don't know.
I mean, imagine the X-Men Cyclops game where you kill things with your eyes. Like, come on.
Oh yeah,
that's a home run, dude.
I don't know. That concept never made sense to me because you wouldn't be able to see where you're shooting as soon as the lasers come out.
Leave it to PickleMatt to ruin the fantasy of
to ruin all of my X-Men dreams back in the day.
Dude, it's just they just stole off of Superman anyway. The guy was garbage.
I want to do like what is it in The Incredibles where the baby goes cross-eyed to cut the thing down?
Oh yeah.
All right, Swift. Why don't you finish off the games radar for this week with Bleak Faith Forsaken? That also sounds like an AI generated video game name, but
Yeah, Bleak Faith Forsaken. 2 days. It's still the 8th. Yeah. On Friday, it comes out on PC. Bleak Faith Forsaken is a third-person open-world survival horror action RPG where you play as one of the Forsaken, the last frontier of humanity against the growing horrors of the Omnistructure. I
so
don't know
I threw
what the
this one on here
Omnistructure is.
because we're all Elden Ring fans, and if for some reason there's not enough Elden Ring in Elden Ring, this game looks like a straight up rip-off of Elden Ring, which is cool because I think it's indie developed and all that kind of stuff. But some of the creatures in here, watching this trailer, are definitely creepy looking, and the boss fights look tough. But
Oh yeah! Wow.
I feel like every week we see a video game that looks like a ripoff of Elden Ring.
yeah, it has a huge
I mean,
following, right? Like people.
How
love,
could you not these days?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, some of the stuff is pretty creepy. So if you need some more of that Souls-like in your life, Bleak Faith Forsaken, March 10th, PC. Check it out. Let us know how it is.
Dude, that spider lady looks terrifying.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing with that face.
Yeah.
But those are the games we're kind of pointing you towards this week. There's a ton of games coming out, but they're all a little obscure. So maybe Swift will get in there and let you know how some of them are. Maybe he won't.
Yes, sir.
But we will move on. But before we do, we'll ask that you reach out to us at OMG_podcastGG on Twitter or Instagram, or email us at OMGpodcastGG@gmail.com and let us know what games you're excited about, games we missed on the radar that we're completely just missing the mark on, and we'll be sure to cover those in the next episode. Or you can reach out to us at OneMoreGame's Discord, which PickleMatt will post in the chat, and you can find in a link in the description for the podcast. That's our Discord, our private Discord, where we game with all our friends, and the community's growing slowly but surely, and we'd love to have you guys join us for some cool video game times. But now, let's get into it, boys. The man, the myth, the legend, Mario. Does Mario have a last name? Have you guys ever heard if Brothers?
I don't know,
What was his
actually.
last name? Ah.
Is his last name Brothers?
I bet Google knows. Does ChatGPT? Mario.
Okay, Mario squared.
There it is. So is it Luigi?
No,
Or
he's
are they cousins? Or are they brothers? Or
If they're
a
brothers,
Japanese creation.
it's Luigi Mario then.
yeah.
It's like Yokomashi or something probably, because he's a Japanese creation. Mario Yokomashi.
Well, we figured we couldn't let Mario Day pass without talking about the little mustached hero himself. So, boys, let's start off with this, okay? I'll ask you. Each of us will answer 3 questions about Mario, okay? I want to know what your favorite Mario game is, period. Doesn't have to be a mainline game. It could be a spin-off or a sports game, whatever. What is the best Mario power-up? And finally, your answer to this question, whether or not Mario is stuck in the friend zone with Princess Peach. Swift, what do you got?
All right, so I thought about this. I think I think there's kind of 2 for me. So I never played any of the no kidding original NES Marios because I didn't have an NES growing up. But I used to go over to my aunt and uncle's house and play Super Mario World on Super Nintendo. And so that is kind of how I grew up playing video games, right off the bat. Yeah, I don't know why your thing's so blurry. That's crazy.
That's really
I don't
weird.
know what's happening. So for me, it's between Super Mario World for Super Nintendo or Mario 64.
Nice.
Because that is truly when I came into my own as a gamer, had it as my own system, spent many hours throwing penguins off cliffs.
As one does.
Yeah. So I think those are my two. I don't know that I can truly decide between the two.
Yeah. Fun. Okay. What is the best Mario power-up?
My favorite power-up is the star. I mean, it makes you invincible. How can you not love that?
That's like saying Superman is the best superhero. Like, come on.
Well,
All right.
I'm neither agreeing nor disagreeing with that. I'm just saying the star is my favorite.
Hopefully Mario lends himself better to movies than Superman does.
I think the star's probably been, I guess maybe the mushroom, but I think the star's probably been the most consistent one in all the games.
Yeah.
All right. And
then Friend Zone, I think 100%.
100.
Yeah, he's stuck in that friend zone.
Yeah,
I think Peach teases him every once in a while, but no, he ain't there.
Just dangling it.
Yep.
Dangling that peach. All right. PickleMatt. Favorite Mario game? What you got?
With recency bias, I'd say Super Mario Odyssey. But if I'm gonna dive back into my memories as a kid,
that's such a good one too.
Yeah. Either Mario Kart 64 or just any of the Mario parties that were on Nintendo 64. I just remember playing the shit out of those. It was probably my most favorite gaming memories with couch co-op and whatnot. So those are mine. I don't know. I think Odyssey is one of the most perfect games the platformers has been made so far.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I agree as well. That game is really, really good.
Yeah. But best power up, I think, is the one I remember the most is enjoying getting was the feather to be a tanuki, which is a real animal in Japan. Yeah, so if you drive on the highway in some parts of Japan, you'll actually see, instead of like a deer crossing sign, you'll see a tanuki crossing sign.
Do they fly?
They do not.
Okay, so it's not a real animal.
No, it's a real animal. It's just they give it extra powers in the game, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I did like it. That was like my first experience with like secret areas. Was in Super Mario Bros. 3 on Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Because remember, you could fly and you could go into the cloud area where there's like a bunch of coins up there.
Oh yeah.
If you flew enough, so that was cool. Cool. And then for the friend zone, dude, Toad is totally tapping that, man.
Just behind the scenes.
Yeah, like he is sus. Like you can tell.
Is it Toad or is it Yoshi, you think?
Dude, no.
Both.
I don't.
Well,
that's yeah.
And that mushroom
I
tip.
I think Yoshi's hitting that daisy.
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's got Birdo. You feel me?
Yeah, that's right.
Nice, dude. Yeah, cool. Okay. You guys got some good picks. I don't know if either of you have much experience with the Super Mario Galaxy games, but I think Super Mario Galaxy 2 is probably my favorite game.
I don't think I've ever played a Super Mario Galaxy game.
They are extremely good. The only downside of them is the motion controls, but you can actually kind of get around that nowadays.
What are they on?
They were on Wii. Was the first one on Wii or GameCube? I think it was on Wii.
Okay.
And then I think the other one came out on Wii as well, and then was on Wii U.
Wow. Yeah, I never played any of them.
A lot of what you see in Odyssey is kind of foundationally in the Galaxy games, kind of the way it kind of works. So it's really cool. But man, those games are fun and kind of like mind blowing when you're on these little planets. Remember the old Dragon Ball Z episodes where he's running around that little planet and he like keeps going around the same one? That it gives you that same feel only with Mario. Like you run around, the levels are basically little self-contained spheres, and you do all the stuff on top of these spheres, and it's just really fun and cool and kind of crazy what they do with gravity and all that. Highly recommend, and I will show you how to put those on your Steam Deck at some point, because you legally own them. But yeah. Let's see. My favorite power up is the same but different as PickleMatt. It is the feather, but from Super Mario World to get the yellow cape. I loved flying with that thing and diving. So yeah, that's definitely the best one. And the cape is just the most annoying thing you can do when people are watching you play that game and just spin around, and it makes that noise the whole time. So yeah, best power up for show. And I have a theory that Luigi and Peach are actually low key, as the kids say, behind the scenes, and they just don't want to break Mario's heart, so they don't ever tell him. And she just
everyone knows Luigi is gay.
Oh,
yeah, that's the thing.
You
Why do you say that? Because he's tall?
No, him and Wario are definitely
shipped
because he's tall. Swift, is that an insecurity of yours? What?
The tallest guy here says. Nice, dude. All right, fine. All right, so we talked a little bit about where we stand on the Mario, on the man. So let's jump in real quick. We'll just cover some history. We won't get too deep into all this stuff because you could talk about Mario for hours and hours. But let's just cover some of the mainline games, kind of how it all happened. So 1985, Super Mario Brothers is released on the Nintendo Entertainment System, or the Famicom, I think it was called in Japan. And yeah, what else can you say about it? I mean, it started a whole generation's worth of video games and fans of the game. I mean, some of my earliest memories in childhood are that game, right? We've talked about this game before, but yeah. And so this kind of is the thing that saves Nintendo as a company, right? And makes this a lucrative connection in the US market, especially. So this is kind of funny. In 86, the Lost Levels are released in Japan as kind of like a number 2. But they deemed that it was too hard for the North American audience, so they just called it the Lost Levels. So you can still play those. They actually are very difficult, so probably a good choice on their part. What do you guys know about Super Mario Brothers 2 as we know it? Swift, you said you never played that one.
No, I think so you talked about Super Mario Bros. As like I think that was like the first game that I truly ever played.
Yeah.
But I was too young to truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I never really got into it until I was old enough. That came out in 85. I was born in 88. So I obviously wasn't playing that when I was 1. So it took me a few years to truly appreciate the artistry that is the Mario world. And I played the original Super Mario Bros. And then immediately got into Super Mario World.
Yeah.
On the SNES.
Wait, are we saying Super Mario World is the first Mario game?
No.
Super Mario Bros. Brothers.
No. Mario's first game was the Donkey Kong game.
Yes, but we're just talking mainline Mario games, dog. Like
canon.
This is canon.
Canon.
Yeah, canon, exactly.
If you aren't aware what PickleMatt's referring to, Mario initially started as what was he? Jumpman, they called him?
Yeah, Jumpman.
Yeah, in the original Donkey Kong arcade game. He would jump over the little barrels and get the hammer. And a lot of people don't know this, but he wasn't trying to save Princess Peach in that game. Remember her name?
No, I don't.
It was a side chick.
Yeah, Pauline. She shows up in Mario Odyssey. She sings the song.
Pauline died. That's why in canon. That's why he's after Peach now.
Oh, okay.
Pauline also a Super Smash Bros. Character on the Switch?
No.
The blonde-haired like fairy one?
Palutena or something like that.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking
Oh,
of someone
Palpatine.
else.
I think
Yeah,
that's
Palpatine.
that's the Fire Emblems.
Palpatine.
Anyways, wrong canon, but here we go. Yeah, so Super Mario Brothers 2 was actually a reskin of a game that was already designed called Doki Doki Panic. I'm glad that they went and decided to change
Obviously.
that, because that is in the running for worst video game name ever besides Oni Become the World's Greatest Oni. But, so when they reskinned it, the character that they made, Luigi, was the tallest character in the game, and that is canonically why Luigi is taller than Mario, because they're twins, but Luigi's taller because they threw him on the bigger character in Super Mario Brothers 2 from Doki Doki Panic.
All right, so I don't know if we're gonna get to this. I don't think we probably will. But why is Waluigi the tallest, lankiest
Gangly.
character?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the history of Waluigi. I don't even know
Where did he
came
come from? He just came out of nowhere with his super wacky inflatable tube arms.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a topic for another episode of One More Game. Next week on One More Game, we talk all things Waluigi. Yeah,
Waluigi.
All right. Anyways, Super Mario Brothers 2. We talked about it. All right. 1 year later, in 1989, I'm 2 years old. Super Mario Brothers 3 comes out. Luigi shrinks back down to the same height as Mario, and here's a fun fact for you. The brainchild of Mario himself has stated publicly that Super Mario 3 isn't actually a video game. You're just watching a play. If you notice, when the game starts, there's a curtain that
Remember
comes
that.
down
Yeah.
and rises up. So you're actually just watching a stage play. So next time you play it with that in mind, and you'll see some interesting stuff, like how the stage props work and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a lull for less than a year. Super Mario World comes out and blows everyone's mind with on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or Super Famicom. And we all three have talked about how awesome that game is. I don't really have a whole lot for you on that one. What do you guys remember, like, your favorite aspect of that game was?
I thought it was all really good. I remember being a kid and just struggling with essentially all the levels. And then, years later you look back and people like skip the whole entire map and are at the end of the game, and you're just like, what? Like, how do you figure that out?
Hours of... I remember my favorite thing, and one thing that I was most mind blown by in that game, was that you could beat levels in a secret, different way that was kind of hard to figure out if you didn't know what you were looking for.
Yeah.
And that was like what you would talk about on the playground. It's like, oh, have you beat the ghost town or the ghost level where you unlock the, place where you can go unlock Yoshi for free and stuff?
That is not what I talked about on the playground.
What'd you talk about on the playground?
We didn't talk. We just beat the shit out of each other.
Nice.
That works too.
He's from 8 Mile. Anyways.
Yeah.
Cool. And then we wait for 5 years for Yoshi's Island, which actually is Super Mario World 2 that not a lot of people knew at the time, because I don't even think it said Super Mario World 2. It just said Yoshi's Island on it. Did you guys ever play Yoshi's Island? It's actually really good.
I did. Yeah. I thought it was great.
Get in there on that Steam Deck. Once
you show us how.
And then the world moves into 3D. Super Mario 64, which Swift has already talked about, but it basically invents the 3D platformer genre. And I remember this being the one game that I never owned, but rented like 17 times when I was a kid. For some reason, I just didn't own it.
From like Blockbuster?
Yeah.
All right, I forget how that worked back in the day, because did you have like the memory cartridge in your controller that it just saved and you could continue on, or did you restart every time that you rented the game?
I think I had a memory card, right? It went in the controller on the bottom where the rumble
Yeah,
pack would go.
in the back. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, or it was in that like front little slot, so to speak, in the N64. I can't remember.
I think that was the RAM expansion thing.
Maybe.
Anyways.
But I mean, I feel like that would be very frustrating to rent the game and have to start all over.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But
Wasn't
dude,
the rumble pack in the
this
controller?
game is
Well, yeah, but
the rumble pack was in the controller.
I was too poor for a rumble pack, dude.
But you didn't have to
you
put the rumble pack in
didn't get
the
like
controller.
a second-hand rumble pack that your rich
I
friend
remember
that
you
didn't
could
use?
rent games and they would rent you the rumble pack with it. If it was
Come
a
with the
game.
rumble pack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think Star Fox, the rumble pack would come with the rental. All that, a couple other games. But anyways, nice, cool, and yeah, Mario's 3D, and he'll return to 2D here and there, but from then on, it was a whole new world, a 3D world. But now we're gonna enter into the longest gap of any mainline Mario game. From Super Mario 64, I remember thinking, like, are they ever going to make another Mario, like, real game after this? And so in 2002, Super Mario Sunshine comes out on the GameCube, and it was good. It has its following. It's kind of rough on the controls. I don't know if you guys have played that one.
I don't think I have.
It's fun, but it's hard to control. I'll give you that, because GameCube is a little bit weird, but you will also notice a lot of the stuff that shows up later in later games, especially Super Mario Odyssey, also started from Super Mario Sunshine, right? And then new Super Mario Bros. You guys play that on Wii? Kind of back into the 2D platformer party type game, and they just start spitting out a bunch of these kind of smaller type games. But then 2007 and 2010 Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 come out, and they are the top rated Mario games on Metacritic, both with 97s. So
is that because you're biased because you talked about it earlier? Or
no, dude.
what's going on?
I
just spit facts.
I just read what I see. I read the teleprompter.
Yeah.
F you, San Diego.
Yeah, go check those games out because they're awesome. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Yep. Then we got Mario 3D Land in 2011, New Super Mario Brothers 2, and New Super Mario Brothers U in 2012. Super Mario 3D World. All these are kind of smaller platformer games with not doing anything super new. And then Super Mario Maker comes out in 2015 with the follow-up in 2019. And then really the biggest major entry in the series of recent is Super Mario Odyssey, which we've talked about being a masterpiece.
It is.
Masterpiece.
Dude, ImPickleMatt, did you play Super Mario Maker at all, or Maker 2?
No, I didn't. Is the remake on the Switch? Is that
It
what
is,
that
yeah.
just came out?
Yeah. So
No, I never played that.
theStroke and I played at Shaw when we were there, and you could create your own levels, and you could play other people's levels who had, because you had to, the big shtick of it was you could create an impossible level, and if you couldn't beat your own level, then it wouldn't get published. But some of the levels out there are crazy. Like Video Game Donkey does the most difficult level of I think of all time.
It's just like spinning fireballs
Mario Maker.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Those games were fun. Again, it's kind of me not being creative enough to create an actual level that's difficult for people to do. So I never truly got into them, but it was fun to try other people's creations and stuff like that.
Yeah, I used to watch a streamer play some of those like most difficult levels, right? And it just makes me realize how bad of a gamer I am watching them do these things that they do. Like, no shot I could ever do what they're doing. But
Yeah. I also feel like it takes. I mean, when I watched the donkey video, I feel like it probably took him
1,000
15
tries.
hours, 15 hours life to do that, to get the
Does it-
timing of everything right.
Yeah, and some of that is not gamering. It's like that seems like an obsession.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, can you hire me, please, Nintendo? Look at this awesome level I spent a quarter of my life working on.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it's cool.
But
though.
they were fun.
Yeah.
Odyssey was better.
It
Yeah.
was. My favorite part of
Oh, yeah.
Odyssey was when you would go from into those little 2D versions of it, you know, where they would like put you on the side of a cliff face and you were like 2D
Yeah.
Mario all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Such a creative. This is genius. Genius.
Yeah. They did such a good job.
All right. So, what do you guys think is the top selling Mario game of all time?
Ooh, I want to go with a Wii one, probably.
A Wii game because that sold so
Yeah.
many.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Super Mario 64.
Okay.
No. So, I like if it wasn't one of the mainline Marios, I would say Mario Kart 8, since it was on Wii U, and Switch.
Oh, I didn't know we were branching out. I thought we were strictly talking.
But
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Galaxy, one of the Galaxies.
All right. I'll hit you with the top three because these kind of surprised me. So, number one is number one Super Mario Brothers, the original. 40 million copies.
What?
For the NES?
Mm-hmm.
That was like
Who-
video games
who
weren't
even
even
has
like
an
mainline
NES?
there. There's like 1 billion less people on the planet too.
Right. So that
Wow.
this game, I think, more than any other game in history, is universally recognized as like if you bought if you bought video games at some point in your life and you were alive during that time, you bought this game. Like if you bought a Nintendo, you bought this game, which is hard to say for a lot of other stuff.
So when are these stats collected? Were they in the past couple of years? And if
they're-
it's just like resale as well, or what?
Yeah. Well, no, they don't count resale. It's just bought retail in one way or another. But
Okay.
let's see. Where was the other one? The second one was you were on the right system there, PickleMatt, but the new Super Mario Brothers on Wii was the second top seller with 30 million copies. And then Super Mario Odyssey, because there's so many damn Switches, is number
Yeah, that makes
3. I
sense.
think it's somewhere in the
Yeah.
20 millions. But yeah.
That's wild.
Plus,
crazy.
people were listening to our podcast
Right.
and realized how much of a good game it was, so they had to download it.
Yeah, I think we both had it as our top game on the Switch when we did that episode of last year.
Yep. Absolutely.
Literally no other website or anything called that game a good game, and we were the kind of
Yeah,
the first
only
ones.
One More Game podcast. You heard it here first.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, there you have it. The big. So I think you mentioned this before, PickleMatt. You know how many other games Mario's been that's not his own?
Oh, I mean, it's got to be in the maybe 200.
Yeah, 250. 250
Yeah.
games Mario has appeared in. which is-
Mario and Sonic at the 2014 Sochi Olympics.
Yeah, Mario Golf, Mario Strikers, Mario
Yeah, Mario Tennis.
Mario v.
Yeah.
Rabbids.
Paper Mario, Mario Paint. Oh, you remember Mario Paint on Super Nintendo?
Yeah, Mario Paint. That was good.
Dude, you just reminded me of Paper Mario. That was a great game.
Great games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
There's
was
a lot of
good.
good stuff out there. Cool. And that's not to mention the other spin-offs from the series like Donkey Kong, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, Yoshi's games on Game Boy and all that kind of stuff. So what an impact. I think it's safe to say, we can say it here on One More Game, that if aliens came here and they were like, we want to know about this phenomenon called video games, what is the one thing you would show them to kind of summarize video games on Earth? It would be Mario.
Elden
right?
Ring. What?
Elden Ring, yep.
Yeah.
Dude,
El-
I want to go to Super Mario World really badly now.
Yeah, me too.
When does that open actually?
It's already open in LA.
Oh, it's in LA. That's right. Damn it.
It's Super Nintendo World.
Yeah,
but-
come on, man.
Whatever. Yeah, everybody knows what it is.
Dude, even the Donkey Kong games, like I still have those on my Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, and the fact that you think about Mario, like the standard Mario games, but like ImPickleMatt was talking about Mario Party. I mean,
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart
is this whole genre of games that exist because of Mario.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, but hats off to DK for creating Jumpman.
Yeah, thanks DK.
Yeah, that's right.
You the man.
The OG.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. That is One More Game's coverage of the big man, Mario. More joy brought to video gamers around the world than any other. He's like the Disney of video games. That's kind of how I...
He's the Kleenex of video games.
Yeah. Yeah, the brand name.
The facial tissue
Yeah.
Kleenex.
All right, cool. That's it. Let's get into what we played this week.
Do the Marios.
All right, I'm not going to listen to that whole song because it's obnoxious. But all right. ImPickleMatt, you didn't get to play a whole lot. What do you got?
Well, first off, I want to bring up the fact that you guys slided me on the news that I sent of the Xbox Series S toaster that's coming out soon.
Yeah, I'm over gamer toasters.
What? There's multiples of those.
Yes, there's a Razer toaster that will burn the Razer image into your toast.
Oh yeah, that's right. I want the red ring of death in my toast.
Oh, nice.
Is there an Xbox 360 that says that?
There's a squirch 3/4 circle of jelly on your...
I was about to say, or ketchup. Just like, wee.
Nice.
Go with your Xbox Series X refrigerator nicely.
Yep.
Yeah, I only played Hades, only on the Steam Deck, and I did beat Mr. Hades himself once, and then dude. So I actually beat him on like my 9th or 10th run. So
Dude, I literally I've done like 60 runs and haven't gotten close.
God
What?
gamer, dude.
I know, this guy is so good.
How are
I
you
think
so
I
bad
just-
at all the other games we play with you?
because I don't have to aim.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. No, I think I just know with all the roguelikes I play, I think you just have to like know the power-ups to take
Yeah. Do you...
to make combos.
Here's a question, because I also noticed you were pretty good, I think better than Swift and I at picking up boss fights in Elden Ring. Are you able to pick up on like swing animations and stuff? Because there's some of that in Hades too.
I can, but I'll have like a good run where I can like destroy Hades easily, but then do you ever get those times when you're gaming where it just like all falls apart at once?
Yeah, you just
and, like,
completely forget how to play.
Oh,
also.
yeah, and you just like can't dodge a single damn thing.
Yeah.
So when I beat him the first time, I was just having a good run dodging him, but yeah, ever since then, I think I beat him once more since. But
So
you can make
you are the shift of video games as far as fighter pilot stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're the
No.
savant.
no, only when it comes to top-down roguelites,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
roguelikes. Yeah,
Nice,
I
dude.
guess.
Well, you
But the
got
Steam Deck, man, it's so good. I can't wait for Hades 2.
you got some stuff coming out.
Yeah.
So are you gonna? You think you're gonna pick up that Castlevania Dead Space or not Dead Space, Dead Cells?
I might. I'll see what my plate looks like. I was gonna jump into Hogwarts Legacy, but I just don't. I don't feel like I'll be able to devote the time to really enjoy it. So
Yeah.
that could be my next one.
Nice. Well, cool. That's insane, dude. Okay, I
good
have
for you.
since I haven't even made it past Elysium. Is that the green one, like the fancy one? Elysium.
You haven't made it past Elysium? Yeah,
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it's the green.
What?
It's
How many
like the nice
more
green.
areas do I have after that? 2?
You have to beat the Styx, which is the area just before Hades.
I've been to Styx once, actually. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Okay.
I
Well, so
haven't.
what do you have you upgraded your guys' divine whatever it's called so that you get an extra life? What do you
I
guys spending
think
your
so.
what do you guys spending your purple goo bullshit on?
I don't know.
I was
It's
spending
been
on
so long.
decorations.
No, that's the gem.
I'm just kidding.
Got to get them cosmetics.
In the room of
Yeah.
requirement, I'm building my. Oh, wrong game.
Whatever. You guys will get it figured out if you ever jump in.
Yeah, I got to beat all the Final Fantasies first. So call me in a couple years.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, cool, man. That's awesome. I'll go next, and Swift, you can lead the way out. But let's see. I played some Destiny 2 Lightfall. I played more of the story missions. I've read a lot of the review bombing that's happening on Steam, and there's a lot of truth in there. The story kind of sucks, and but to be quite honest with you, the story in Destiny has never really been all that great. So I don't know what they were expecting, but it is kind of weird that this expansion is kind of supposed to be starting to tie up loose ends and explain shit that's been going on in the last decade of Destiny-ing. And all of a sudden they're introducing all this new stuff that's like been right under your nose the whole time. Like why is there a planet in our solar system that we haven't been to all of a sudden that is this hugely important thing, but they're not going to explain why. So it's kind of lame, I'll be honest with you, but the gameplay is great.
It's kind of like a TV series where you can definitely tell like they didn't have any idea where
Exactly.
like Lost. They had no idea.
I literally was going to liken it to Lost when they were
Yeah.
like cool concept, but we didn't think people were going to like it that long, so now we got to like
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly how it feels.
Mhm.
So the payoff is going to suck, but we'll see.
It'll be great.
What else? Final Fantasy 2. Let's see how many hours I got in there. I think I'm probably right around, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours now. I just beat the Dreadnought. In this game, I never thought that a top-down
Hey, look at that.
pixelated...
Says Stroke just logged on to Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah.
I'm playing
Yeah.
Hades.
Steam Deck, baby. I never thought that a pixelated Final Fantasy JRPG old school game would like make me think about like real world stuff. But there's a scene in there where this super overpowered aerial death machine just bombs all these cities, and then you go back into these cities and start talking to the people, and they're like, everyone's dead, and I'm injured, and you're just like, holy shit.
It's like Slaughterhouse 5.
Exactly. And I was just like, what? I thought this was happy-go-lucky. So, 7.1 hours. Wow, time flies. But yeah, I'm enjoying it a little bit more than Final Fantasy 1, but there's a very big critique that I hate, and I hope it doesn't continue in future games, but you level weapon types. So like, you remember in WoW, Swift, where you would have to swing an axe if you didn't, you'd be like level 80, but you had never used an axe, so you have to start whiffing with an axe for like an hour.
Yeah, otherwise it misses.
This game uses that mechanic, so it's terrible.
Ugh. That sucks.
So you'll get a new weapon, and you're like, well, that weapon's really good, but I'm not going to use it because Swift has never picked up a sword, so useless.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
That's rough.
But otherwise, it's pretty fun. Hogwarts Legacy, I've been getting after it a little bit more. I can fly now. I'm on my broom.
Isn't the flying mechanic horrible?
It's bad. The controls, there's got to be a different control set.
I think, so my first few times flying, I was like, what is that? I think like right when I got the game, I sent it out to the gamer chat, and I was just like, flying is horrendous in this game. But once you kind of get used to it, it's not nearly as bad. You just kind of have to figure it out. But no, it's not ideal.
It's not inverted, which screws with me as a pilot, right? So
I switched mine to inverted.
Oh, can you?
Up and down.
Just for flying?
Just for flying.
Okay.
I'm always split on inverted or not, but I figured that flying broomsticks in that game would be absolutely awful.
So here's why it's
for
bad.
this game,
Stab.
flying inverted is good.
Your right stick is up and down, but if you go left and right with the right stick, it moves the camera. But to steer left and right, it's the left stick.
It's atrocious.
Oh no!
It is bad.
And sometimes if you like steer too hard to one way and you push too hard because you're not used to it with your camera, then all of a sudden you're looking at your face and you're steering like, and you're just like flying in a circle. You're like,
why am I upside down?
That the only time that that doesn't work. There's no way to change the controls to like something that makes sense.
I haven't looked, but you don't.
I looked, and
you don't
I
have to
don't
fly.
think there was.
So I don't know.
You have to fly.
I think they should have just gone with like a more like assisted flying.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it goes into the combat or how skillful it gets, but sometimes just having it assist you the entire time is way better.
Yeah, no combat when you're flying. You're literally just going from point A to point B or doing a race or something. And the flying it's not good.
You can Revelio when you're flying. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
Cool. It's still fun though. I like the game. I will say there's some stuff in there that just doesn't really make sense with the fact that you're a Hogwarts student. Like you're just walking in the wilderness at like 1 a.m. and there's like a random student walking by, like reading a book. You're just like, what's going on here? What's your curfew, bro? But anyways.
It's like Gilmore. My wife watches Gilmore Girls. In those old sitcom-ish shows, they always have way too many extras in the show. And like people are all walking around in the background the whole time, like dozens and dozens of people. It just looks stupid.
Just be an extra. That's where the word came from.
Yeah.
Nice. Played some Fall Guys. I think Liam and I just reached level 45 on the battle pass. I've won 7.
Nice.
I've won 7 total, whatever they call them, episodes.
You mean
Nice.
Liam has won 6 and you won 1?
No, Liam has yet to win a full round, but he's getting there. Let's see. And then I decided to play because it's probably going to be the last few times that I even do it because of what's going to happen here in the next little bit. But Diablo 3, I just wanted to check out the new season, play the game before I move on to the bigger and better things. And wow, was I quickly reminded how old that game is.
Tell us you had cancer or something.
No, because it looks old, which is weird to me to think about, but it is very, very old.
Yeah.
Almost, what was it? It came out in 2013, I think. So we're going on 11 years. Diablo 3.
Diablo 4 looks kind of old from the videos.
The graphics.
What?
The graphics
I mean,
of the
it looks good for what
gameplay don't seem like cutting edge, but it's better than the old one.
Yeah, it's just
I feel like
the style.
It's also exactly. I think it's also the style of the game. Like we don't need ray tracing in Diablo 4.
Well, didn't Diablo 4 get a bunch of credit because they have like the required PC specs are like the lowest of
Lower.
Big title game coming out?
I just hope the launch is good because the Diablo 3 launch was atrocious.
All right. You always have Diablo Inferno if you don't like it.
Immortal, come on.
Or whatever.
Do you not have phone games, dude?
What are you, not from China?
I'm surprised you haven't tried that Swift based on your conversation about phone games last week, but what'd you get into?
He only plays it when he poops, though. That's not a poop game.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, true. Can't be.
I still have been playing Pocket Champs on my phone. That game is awesome.
Playing Pocket Champs while you poop.
Pocket Champs while I poop. Yeah,
nice,
I need my alone time. I need my feet to go to sleep.
Yeah, you're like, wait, how long have I been sitting here? I should probably wipe and get on out.
I should probably get on out there to real life.
I wish I could sit on the pot for more than 5 minutes. Not anymore.
So for me, we talked about it originally. I beat Hogwarts Legacy.
Nice.
At least the
solid,
like the storyline. So Craig the Ghost sent us his screenshot of him beating the game, and he was at 98% on challenges.
Dang.
and then he went back and got to 100%. So good for him for platinuming the game.
That's
I
dedication.
I beat the game. So he was level 39 when he beat the game. I beat the game at level 25 and was at 32% of challenges.
Jeez.
So
Is it one of those ridiculous platinums like where you have to like go to every corner of the map and
yes. Yeah.
oh,
I mean, I don't know how ridiculous it is. I just didn't do it. Like I didn't. It got to a point where I was enjoying side quests at first, and I was doing them, and then
Yeah.
eventually I was just like, dude, I beat the game at level 25. I spent 42 hours on it. So it's not like.
Jeez.
I mean, I'll be honest. Most of that time, like some, I shouldn't say most. Some of that time was the game on my computer online
sitting
and
there.
me playing Pocket
Yeah.
Champs on the pooper. So it's not truly playtime, but it's not a short game by any means. So I'm definitely not going to go back and 100% it.
Nice.
But overall, really, really fun. The last battle is awesome.
Nice.
They do such a good job with the whole last sequence of the end of the story. No spoilers,
Nice.
but
Nice,
you
nice,
guys, if you play it, ImPickleMatt, you will really enjoy it.
No spoilers, but Voldemort dies. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, no, here's a question. So, you know how the time gets frozen in the Harry Potter universe where they're like still using quills?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about when they were wizards and witches before like quills? Why did they decide to stop in that time period? Sorry.
I don't know what to tell you.
Why does the battle for the universe in Star Wars come down to a sword fight when there's machines that can blow up planets?
Like you'd think like maybe they stop at like ballpoint pens in the 90s or something, you know?
Yeah. Remember those jelly
Nah,
ones that all the
no.
girls had? The hot girls in middle
Gel
school?
pens. Yeah.
The gel pens, yeah. And then the only other game that I played this week was Destiny 2 Lightfall, and I just got through the essentially the intro. I didn't play anything past that,
Nice.
so I have no idea about the story or anything. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Gameplay's
kind of
fun.
weird, but as long as the game, I'm a simple human being.
Yeah.
Like people critique movies all the time. If it entertains me, I'm happy. I don't care, right? If the game is fun to play, I'm happy.
I'm not a smart gamer, but I know what fun
need,
is.
yeah, I don't need the lore necessarily. I don't know.
Yeah, I think probably my least favorite trend in gamer culture is review bombs for stuff that like people get mad about video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
But whatever. The story is not great, but you know what? The game is fun enough for them to keep getting your $60 every couple years. So suck it up, Buttercup.
It's kind of sad too because it wasn't Witch Queen like one of the best stories.
Yeah, that's kind of why everyone was so down on it, because they had all these cool story threads going, and then all of a sudden we just went, what the F? Why are we on Neptune? And who are these random dudes that have been not participating in this epic space battle for the last whatever? I don't know. As long as the raid's good, I'll be happy.
Yeah, we need to get in there and raid, just like we did last expansion.
World's first. Let's go.
My first Destiny raid experience was included Swift being totally drunk and falling asleep as the raid was happening, and then suddenly disappearing from the game.
6 hours in.
Eventually, it got a little boring. I just had to fall asleep.
It was boring long before that, but I was dedicated at that point. But
yeah,
pot committed. Well, there you have it, folks. That is what the three of us played this week, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Reach out to us. Like I said, OMG_podcast, GG, on Twitter, Instagram. And we'd love to hear from you. That's it for this week. We talked about Mario. We talked about upcoming video games. And as we do, we brought you video game news. One More Game podcast, always looking to upgrade for you on how we bring you your news. So if you got any ideas, reach out to us, join the Discord, and join the chat. If you are listening abroad and you'd like to join us in the chat every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, you can find us at twitch.tv/OMG podcast. Love to have you in there. Chat with us about video games while we chat about video games. You can find myself, Swiftmida, streaming from time to time at twitch.tv/theStroke, Swiftmida, and ImPickleMatt here and there.
It's a straight up lie for me.
And PickleMatt does not do that unless Mortuary's Assistant is a new release, then he does.
Yeah, Mortuary's Assistant 2. Be on the lookout.
He's going 24 hours marathon. All right, cool. You can also find our other episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or omgpodcast.podbean.com, or onemoregamepodcast.blog, where you can find our blogs about video games, reviews, tech reviews. You'll be keep your eyes peeled for a Steam Deck review / how-to on making that thing reach its full potential as an emulation machine. And tapping into some other things like
please.
Game Pass. So check that out here shortly, probably upcoming in the next week. All right, boys, before we go, you got anything for these guys?
Hey, my AT&T fiber that I signed up for randomly, they said that I unlocked my reward of 6 months of NVIDIA GeForce Now. So if anybody has any recommendations for that, I legitimately have no idea what's on there. I assume it's a lot of the same as Game Pass, but shoot me a line or a email if there's any good suggestions there.
One cool thing about GeForce Now, PickleMatt, is you can play cloud-based streaming versions of your Steam library on that if you own a game.
Oh,
so
okay.
It has an interesting integration with Steam that the other subscription services don't have. So that's how I played The Witcher. I played through GeForce Now on my TV in Holloman because I owned it.
Oh,
on Steam.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I wish the Tesla would get had a 5G modem. I think it's gonna be too laggy to play on that.
Yeah, truth. Input lag would be rough.
Yeah.
Cool. Swift, anything before we go?
No, not really. Happy to be here.
Proud to serve.
Proud to serve. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. And as always, just because you have to grow up doesn't mean you have to stop gaming. Game on, gamers, and we'll see you on the next episode of One More Game. Boys, see ya.
See ya.
See ya.